and we're going to do the Introduction to SolidWorks tutorial. Alright, so you're going to end up drawing this this part with 6 bosses on it, and you're going to end up finish up with a detailed drawing. So my first part. So you're going to click New on the standard toolbars. You're going to go up here and you're going to go. You can click this, okay, and you can hit Part, and give it a second to open up. And then down here in the bottom right, you're going to want to make sure that you are in millimeters. So it's going to be mmgs. So you're going to click on that. What else are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to go up here, View, and you want to turn on Origin, and you want to go back and go View, and you want to turn on Temporary Axes. Okay, so that's all this. Sketching the circle. What does it say here? We're going to go, yeah, front, top, and right planes. You're going to move to the top plane, okay? So that is right here. This is your design tree. So you're going to go top plane. And then over here we're going to do our views. So we're going to do it to our top view. And we're going to turn on sketch, and we're going to sketch a circle is what they're asking you to do from the origin. The origin is the center of the universe when you design stuff. Next, click on Smart Dimension. Okay, and type in 128 because that's the diameter they want. Next, we're going to extrude. So you keep this open, and it says go into the Property Manager. This is all the property management tools here, and then sometimes also input for the Property Manager shows up here on the left. So we're going to go into Features, and we're going to extrude. You see that it automatically turns this into like an isometric drawing. And it's saying change this to 7 millimeters. So we type in 7. We do the happy check mark. And it thinks about it, and there you go. Now you have a gray little extrusion. Alright, it says save the part. So let's go File, Save As. Let's choose the desktop. And we're going to call it Z Test for me. But what you're going to do is put either your first or last name in this spot and hit save. Like it says on your desk, save and save often. You never know when the computer is going to whack out on you. So now we're going to go back, and we're going to have to create this next circle. So I'm going to go to my top view. Okay. I'm going to click on the top surface, and I'm going to sketch on there. Hit sketch, turns it on. And then from the center, right, some size. It really doesn't tell me much yet about size. Let's move on to the next, and say, okay, select Smart Dimension. And let's call it 75 millimeters. Alright, and we're good with that. Happy check mark. And then we're going to offset. So up here we can offset. We're going to grab this thing, and it's saying we want to offset 5 millimeters. Well, we want to have it on the inside, so you're going to have to hit reverse here. And you see how the circle went to the inside. And if that's good, what you're going to do is you are going to go on to the next part. All right. Instead of exiting sketch, what I would say a better way of doing this is going right into your isometric view. All right. And what you're going to see here is the 2 sketches you just created. And then what you're going to do is it's asking you to set a depth. Now, as you get deeper into SolidWorks, you're not going to get all the information over and over and over again about how you have to go about doing things. They're going to figure that since you already know how to extrude previously, that you're going to be able to extrude again. So we're going to go into Features, and we're going to extrude. All right. And something went wrong here. What happened? Let's go back. It's okay to make mistakes. Let's go back into sketch. We're still in sketch, and we're going to offset this line. inside happy check mark. There it is. Features, extrude. There we go. Okay. And it's asking you to extrude that to 12 millimeters. Type in 12. It looks good. You can see a preview here. And you can hit the happy check mark. Okay. I would just hit the save icon just quick. Like I said, save and save often. And now they're going to ask for a hole at the center. So we're going to go back to our top view and sketch on that surface. And we are going to create just a quick sketch of a circle, and then it's going to say, hey, you know what, we want to dimension that. So we'll go to Smart Dimension. All right, and it wants it to be 25. And then let's go next, right? So it says exit the sketch. Again, I don't like doing the exit the sketch thing. Might as well leave the sketch open because that's what you're going to be working with. And I go into a view. I go into my features again, and now I'm going to do over here, extruded cut. Okay, so it already knows because that sketch is open, that's what it's going to grab. And you have a lot of choices here. You can go through all, up to next, all these different things, but we're going to just do through all. You see it sort of changes, but it just is going to cut through all the existing material. Happy check mark. And there you go. And quick save. And now we're going to do a whole wizard saying we want to do a certain type of whatever. So let's go to the top view again. Click on Hole Wizard. Actually, what you want to do first is you want to select the surface you're going to be working on, then Hole Wizard. Okay, and let it think, and it'll wake up. And it's going Property Manager, okay, the new one here on the left. You want to countersink hole, which is this one. You want to go ANSI metric, so right here where it says standard, you have to go down and click ANSI metric. A flathead screw, and then the size in M6. So click on this, M6. And that's enough of the information off of here. And then it's going to say position the hole. So I'm going to do positions, so which is this tab. And you can see from the center it gives me sort of an alignment. Alright, and looks like we're going to do 2 of those. Okay, and then it says in Smart Dimension, because it automatically opens up a sketch when you're doing this. I can go into Smart Dimension and click the location. So it's saying 22. And here to here, 22 again. And it looks like everything is good in the Feature Manager tree. Okay, so everything is good there. We set the 22, okay, and we hit the happy check mark. Okay, power of SolidWorks. Your boss comes in and says, you know what, M6, it's too big. So I can right-click on this, edit the feature, and I can change those to an M4, just that quick, okay, and hit the happy check mark. Okay, and then, oh, wait a minute, you know what? In this one, he's saying, I don't even want those screws. There's been another change. So let's get rid of those screws. So we right-click, and we delete them altogether, and they're gone. And then if I go into, they say go to trimetric, okay? And they're saying we want to do a 2 millimeter radius on these 2 faces. So we got to go to Features, Fillet. Okay, it's asking for 2 millimeters. Change that to 2, and it's saying this face, and it gives you a preview what it's going to look like in this face. Okay, and those 2 curves there. And if you're happy with that, happy check mark. And we move on. So we've done that, What else do we have here? Expand the line, click on the center line, move over. And we want to make the line 45 millimeters long. Okay, so we read through it quickly. Top view, we're going to sketch. Turn on sketch. Center line. Click from the center. We're going to be vertical. Escape just once. And the Smart Dimension. And they're saying we want it to be 45. Okay, so it gives me an idea where this is going to be. And we're going to do a cylinder now. So we didn't get out of the sketch. Construction lines never extrude, it's just solid lines. So I can do this. And let's go on to the next smart dimension. And they're saying we'd like it to be 27 millimeters in diameter. And we want to change the position also. So we're going to grab this. We're going to say we want 27. But we made a mistake of the position, so we're going to double click that quick. And we're going to call that 35. And you're going to see how it moves it down. Alright, and then it's, hey, you know what? We want to extrude that. So let's go back to our isometric or trimetric view. Okay, and we're going to want to change it to a direction 1, 30 millimeters high. So I go into Features and Extrude. Okay, that's the only open sketch that's going on. You can see the center line did not extrude because it's not a solid line. And they're saying make it 30 millimeters tall. Okay, gives you a preview. Looks like the picture here. Happy check mark. And then what are we going to do? We're going to go into Features. We're going to do Extrude Cut. Okay. Top of the cylinder. Draw a circle. Move the pointer to the edge until it finds. Okay, so let's see. We're going to click here. So again, we can sketch on planes, but we can also sketch on surfaces. Sketch. And if I hover over the edge, you see the little black mark show up. So I know it's right at the center. And let's see. And it wants us to dimension that, where it says right here, to 15. So we go into Smart Dimension. Okay, and the next thing is going to be, you're going to Extrude Cut. So you're still leaving this open, the sketch. Go into Features. You're going to Extrude Cut. And you're going to go Through All. As an end condition, so it says Through All. So again, you have many choices. Through All. Happy check mark. And the hole is there. Save it quick. And we're going to add some fillets. So we want 2 millimeters in a few spots. We want this edge and the top face and possibly the bottom edge too. So we could change it to wireframe. Okay, makes it a little more difficult to see. 2 millimeters. So we want to do the face. Gives you preview. This back corner. Okay. And this bottom edge. Okay, and and happy check mark. It's all done. Let's go back to shaded. Okay, so we see all those fillets and things in there. And now we're going to do a circular pattern. So by turning on temporary axis, this is round, so it has an axis. This whole thing was round. It has an axis in the middle. And I can go into here. Oops, I do not want to do a linear pattern. Escape. I want to do a circular pattern. First thing it's going to ask for, and it always highlights the boxes it needs. So the first thing is going to say, what are you rotating it about? This is the axis. So you want the center of the part. And it's saying, okay, well, it's highlighting the fillet, but we need other things. So over here we can reopen our design tree. We need the cut extrude that we just did. And we also need the boss that we just did. Alright? And we want to have 6 of these. So we have to change that to 6. Okay, equally spaced around 360 degrees. So once I clicked into the 360, it repopulated. Let's just change it just so you can see some differences. Let's go 3 and click into 360. Now there's only 3 of them, the original plus 2 more. What we really want is 6. So I click into 360 again. Everything's there. Looks happy. And there you go. There's all your parts. And the last fillet. So it's saying it wants to do a fillet on these edges. So let's do that quickly. Alright, so we click here and here, all the way around the part. Now we can press and hold the middle mouse button and you can rotate. And here and here. Okay, and the happy check mark. Okay. And let's see, do they have anything else? No, now we're going to do our first drawing. So let's save this. Alright. Now, if your part didn't come out right, it didn't come out looking like this, what you can do is you can click here, and it will open another part, the way it's supposed to be done, 100% correct. Okay? And then we're going to go down here and click Next Drawing. So you're going to go into Options, and you're going to do drawings, right? I really don't like using that. They're saying use that. What I like to do is go File, New, Drawing, okay? And let it think about it. If it looks like this, where there's a check mark and it says ISO A0 through A4, you want to uncheck that so you can get to an A ANSI landscape and hit OK. And then what should show up is the part name. So in this case, Z-test, okay? But the one they just opened for you is pressure plate. So we're going to grab it and we'll double click it, and it gives you options for what you want to do. Well, we're using a lot from the top view. So we're going to click on the top view icon, and if you do preview, it'll give you an idea of what you're going to be looking at. All right, and you're going to click. And let's see, what else do they want to do? Oh, and they want to do a section view. So hit escape just once because you're done, or hit the happy check mark. You're done with that, and you want to do a full section view, which gives you an idea of what this part looks like if you were to cut it in half. So if I go to View Layout and Section, you can see it automatically sort of lines up with different things. So right here it's going to line up with the center and which side do you want to do it on. So select OK to play section, or do whatever. OK is the happy check mark. And as I move it over here, okay, it tells me what it is. Section AA, which are the two A's here. If I hit escape and sort of zoom in using my scroll on my mouse, I can drag that A and get it out of the part, because that looks kind of sloppy. What else do we need? Oh, they want to do a detail. So you have a detail view. Click here. And about here in the middle, click and drag. Okay. And now it's going to give you a detail. So we're going to drag that over here. And it also labels it. If we grab the edge of this, you can see everything moves with it. You never want to have your information in your title block. And we want to do an isometric view. Okay, so I can click. I'm going to hit escape just quick. Or the happy check mark, and click here. And I want to do a projected view, so there's the ISO. All right, so it does ISOs in different directions. Let's do it up here. It's not the exact one that they're showing you, but I can live with it. Click this, and we're going to want to shade it. Okay, and it's kind of big. All right, so what we can do here is use a custom scale. Well, let's make it 1:1. Oop, that's too big. How about 2:1? Wait a minute, what was going on here? That was half. There we go, 1/5. I like that. Okay, so it gives me an idea of what the part looks like. And now we're going to add some center marks. Okay, so on the top of this, we're going to go back into annotation, center marks. It's going to select edges. All right, the center marks are all in there. They've already populated. Let's go add center lines. Just a happy check mark, center line. All right, and what it's going to say is you got to grab two edges. I'm going to zoom in here and here. Center mark automatically shows up. And then it's going to ask for some dimensions. So up here I can hit this, and it'll place the part in the center again nicely. And what do we have? We have some dimensions. So we're going to go to get rid of the center line, happy check mark, and we're going to do smart dimension. And let's see, the whole. Okay. Oh, and it says 0.98. We're going to go down here just quick, make sure this is also in metric, and go back to that. Now we should have 25, and then we have, if we zoom in, we can pick up this inside, which is 15. And what do we have? 27 for the outside diameter. I think we're just going to grab. No, don't like that. Escape. Okay. That, and then we can do the outside diameter, which is 128, so we're getting all the dimensions in there. And then they want some dimensions on this detail view. Smart dimension again. And we're going to grab this edge and this edge, 37. a little flange, which is here to here, and then some radii, which is right there. Okay, and they're saying, oh, we want to change the 0.25 to through. So we'll do that quick. We'll double click it. Let's hit escape. Double click. Comes up with a text box over here. In caps. Type through. And you see it appears here and also there, but you need a space. Otherwise it looks a little ugly. What else are we looking for? R is there, 37. The B is there. Oh, and they're saying you want to add some information here to 6 of these holes. So if you click right here in the front, type in 6x space. And the 23. Grab that quick. That's also 6x space. Alright. We'll do a fit again. And that's it. That's what your drawing should look like. Now, I went through it very quickly. Does not mean you need to keep up at this pace. That's why we do videos. And then you can play the video at whatever speed you want to sort of follow along with the written tutorial, but you can also see it being done at the same time.